Before European settlement, the area that would become Liberty was part of the homeland of the Lenape people, who lived along the waterways and forests of the region, using the land seasonally for hunting, fishing, and travel. The town was named Liberty in the late 1700s, reflecting post-Revolutionary War ideals and the widespread adoption of patriotic place names during that time. In the early 1800s, settlers from New England moved into the area, clearing land and establishing small farms. In the early 1800s, the nearby Delaware and Hudson Canal quietly reshaped life in the region around Liberty. Though the canal itself did not pass through the town, it created a gentle flow of goods and movement nearby, linking rural communities to distant markets. Farmers and traders found new ways to send their products outward, while supplies from beyond slowly made their way in. Over time, this distant waterway helped guide the rhythm of local trade, softly connecting Liberty to a wider world. In the late 1800s, the tracks of the New York, Ontario, and Western Railway quietly reached the town of Liberty. With their arrival came a new sense of connection as trains moved steadily between the Catskills and New York City. Travel that once took long, careful journeys became simpler and more predictable. Goods, visitors, and ideas began to pass through more easily, and the gentle rhythm of the trains became part of everyday life, linking Liberty to places far beyond its hills. In the late 1800s and early 1900s, Liberty gradually became part of the peaceful retreat known as the Catskills. Visitors from the city would arrive, drawn by the cool mountain air and the quiet rhythm of the countryside. Days passed slowly with gentle walks, open landscapes, and the calm of nature all around. Over time, the town settled into a seasonal pattern, welcoming guests who came not for excitement but for rest, stillness, and a break from the noise of everyday life. In the early 1900s, many homes in Liberty quietly took on a new purpose. Families began welcoming seasonal visitors, opening their doors as small boarding houses during the warmer months. Guests would settle into simple rooms, sharing meals and long, unhurried days. The rhythm of summer gently shifted, as neighbors became hosts and the town filled with a soft, steady presence of visitors, shaping a calm and familiar seasonal way of life. As automobiles became more common in the early 1900s, improved roads made Liberty more accessible to visitors traveling from urban areas. In the early to mid-1900s, larger resorts began to appear in and around Liberty, quietly expanding the area's role as a place of rest. These resorts welcomed many guests at once, offering wide-open grounds, simple comforts, and a steady daily rhythm. Visitors would gather for meals, spend time outdoors, and enjoy gentle entertainment in the evenings. Over time, these places became a familiar part of the landscape, helping shape Liberty's identity as a calm and welcoming corner of the Catskills. In the 1950s and 1960s, small changes in everyday life began to gently shift the flow of visitors. Air conditioning made city summers more comfortable, and long-distance travel became easier, opening the door to places far beyond the Catskills. Gradually, fewer people returned each season. From the 1960s onward, many of the once busy resorts around Liberty grew quieter. Some reduced their operations, while others slowly closed their doors. The lively summer rhythms softened, and the buildings that had once welcomed so many guests became still, marking a quiet turning point in the town's story. As the steady flow of summer visitors began to fade, Liberty slowly settled into a quieter, year-round rhythm. The town turned its focus inward, becoming more centered on the daily lives of its residents, Shops and services adapted to meet local needs rather than seasonal crowds. Over time, the pace became more even and predictable as Liberty gently shifted from a place of temporary stays to a place of everyday living. In the 2000s and beyond, a quiet sense of renewal began to move through the Catskills. Travelers once again found their way to the region, drawn by its calm landscapes and slower pace. In towns like Liberty, this renewed interest appeared gently through small changes, new visitors, and a soft return of attention. The past and present seemed to settle together as the town continued forward at its own steady, unhurried rhythm,